is the Let's Master English podcast, and I'm your host, Coach Shane. Hello, everybody. Coach Shane here. Welcome back to another Let's Master English podcast. This is episode 96. Thank you very much for listening. Today's episode is going to be just a short one. I have a very serious news story. Country Shane has an interesting fact. We're going to talk about some observances that are happening on Friday, TGIF Friday, July 28th. That's the date this is published. So without any further chit-chat, let's get to the news. Typhoon 𝐀𝐜𝐿 is wreaking havoc in southern China, causing power outages and toppling numerous trees. The storm, which earlier ranked at the second strongest typhoon level, made landfall in Fujian just before 10 a.m. Friday after pummeling Taiwan. The typhoon has claimed multiple lives in the Philippines, including a ferry capsizing incident near Manila. So this is a pretty serious story, and it really actually affects me because I work with several people in the Philippines and China, and all of these people have been affected by this typhoon. Everybody seems to be doing okay, but it's happening right now. Right now as I record this, the typhoon is in China, and it's powerful. I lived through some typhoons. As you guys know, I lived in Korea for many years, and sometimes those typhoons get all the way up to Korea. Fortunately, I lived in the northern part of South Korea. Still, the storms could be bad, but if you live on the coast, oh boy, yeah, the Pacific Ocean, that is where you will find these typhoons, and this is typhoon season. Really scary stuff. People lose their lives. Property is, gone. Sometimes, houses are just gone. So it's really scary stuff. So let's get to the story. Typhoon 𝐀𝐜𝐿. Now, 𝐀𝐜𝐿 is the name of the typhoon, and that actually is a Korean word, and it means eagle. So typhoon eagle, it would be a simple translation. And by the way, a typhoon is the big tropical storm in the Pacific Ocean. You'll only find typhoons in the Pacific Ocean. Anyway, this typhoon is wreaking havoc. All right, I'm going to spell these two words. This is a great phrase. WREAKING. Wreaking havoc. HAVOC. Wreaking havoc. Okay? Now, you will also hear people say wreaking havoc. All right? So you're going to hear two different pronunciations. If you guys know marketing guru Dan Kennedy, he always says wreaking havoc. Jordan Peterson, he says wreaking havoc. And actually, so do I. However, I think more common pronunciation is wreaking havoc or havoc. But what does it mean? Causing chaos. Lots and lots of problems, is making lots and lots of very serious problems. Typhoon 𝐀𝐜𝐿 is wreaking havoc in southern China. Southern China, south of Shanghai, north of Hong Kong. This is the area right next to Taiwan, causing power outages. Power outages, that means the electricity is out, and toppling numerous trees. Toppling, TOPPLE, to topple, and then ING, toppling. That means knocking over, knocking down. The wind is so strong, trees are just broken. They're falling over. Many trees, numerous trees, lots of trees. That's the first sentence. Let me read it again. Typhoon 𝐀𝐜𝐿 is wreaking havoc in southern China, causing power outages and toppling numerous trees. The storm, which earlier ranked at the second strongest typhoon level. So these storms, they have different levels. And I don't know the names of the levels, but basically level 1 is serious, but not too bad. But then there's level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and I don't know which levels there are, but I would assume level 5 is the strongest, it's the scariest, it's the deadliest. Well, this storm earlier, and I don't know about right now, but earlier ranked at the second strongest typhoon level. So if level 5 is the strongest, it was a level 4 typhoon earlier. And now maybe it's stronger, maybe it's weaker, I don't know. But it's a serious storm. The storm, which earlier ranked at the second strongest typhoon level, made landfall in Fujian just before 10 a.m. Friday. So made landfall, hit land. It's out in the ocean, right? It's out in the ocean. And when it's in the ocean, if it's especially warm, it can get really, really, really strong. And then when it hits land, that's where most of the destruction and deaths occur. And we say when it hits land, when it comes to land, we say makes landfall. Or in this case, past tense, made landfall. Spelling Landfall. So the storm made landfall in Fujian. Fujian is a province in China just before 10 a.m. Friday. So right now it is 11. For me right now, I'm recording this at 11 p.m. in New York time. And that would be 11 a.m. in Fujian, in China right now. So basically an hour ago, it made landfall. So this is happening news right now. Friday. Today is Friday. For me, it's still Thursday, but in China, it's Friday. After pummeling Taiwan, pummeling, P-U-M-M-E-L. To pummel means to hit, bum, 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 bum. And that's exactly what Typhoon Doksuri did. It hit Taiwan, lots of damage. And I looked at the news, and so far I haven't seen any information about deaths, and I hope not. But of course, lots of damage. Lots of serious stuff. But there are reports of deaths someplace else. The next sentence. The typhoon has claimed multiple lives in the Philippines. So here, instead of multiple, we could say numerous. Claimed, C-L-A-I-M-E-D, claimed, has taken. The typhoon has taken numerous lives. It has killed many people in the Philippines, including a ferry capsizing incident near Manila. So Manila, the Philippines, the biggest city. A ferry is a boat that you can get on to go back and forth. It's kind of like a taxi, right? Sometimes ferries are just for people. Sometimes they're for cars and people. Anyway, there was a ferry near Manila, and lots of people were on the ferry, and the winds were very strong. So my understanding is all the people went to one side of the boat, and the boat capsized. C-A-P-S-I-Z-E-D. The boat tipped over. And, dozens of people were killed. That's just absolutely horrible. Really sad story. I don't know about you, but if you have anybody who lives in this area, I hope that your family and friends and acquaintances and business partners and whoever it is, I hope that they are all right. Mother Nature does not joke when the storms get bad. They can be unbelievably bad. Really, really bad. So, yeah. All right, some great vocabulary here. So listen carefully. Wreaking havoc. And again, you will also hear wreaking havoc. Power outages. Toppling. Numerous. Ranked at. Made landfall. Pummeling. Claimed multiple lives. A ferry capsizing incident. Those are the main terms and phrases. And let's listen to the story one more time. Typhoon Doksuri is wreaking havoc in southern China, causing power outages and toppling numerous trees. The storm, which earlier ranked at the second strongest typhoon level, made landfall in Fujian just before 10 a.m. Friday after pummeling Taiwan. The typhoon has claimed multiple lives in the Philippines, including a ferry capsizing incident near Manila.
Where education and entertainment come together. Let's master English. Do it.
How you doing, everybody? This is Country Shane, and I'm bringing you the facts. Hey, everybody. I hope everybody in the path of this storm is doing okay. Did you know that the word typhoon, Typhoon, originated from Greek? That's right, the Greek word typhon, Typhon, just one O. And who or what is Typhon? Typhon is the father of all monsters in Greek mythology. Yeah, he's the father of the monsters. And that makes sense because the typhoon storm is indeed a monster. It's so powerful and so scary. And once again, I hope everybody in this path of the storm. Thank you very much, Country Shane. That is interesting because I don't know why. I always thought that perhaps typhoon was a Chinese word or a Japanese word. I mean, tsunami, that's a Japanese word, right? So I kind of thought typhoon was that, but no, I had no idea it was Greek. And did you know, this is actually pretty interesting, typhoons are only in the Pacific. However, hurricanes, typhoons, and cyclones are all the same weather phenomenon. The difference lies in where they are. Hurricanes, they are in the Atlantic and Northeast Pacific Oceans. The typhoon is in the Northwest Pacific. And the cyclone is used in the South Pacific and Indian Ocean. Once again, these storms are all the same. It doesn't matter if you're in the path of a hurricane or a typhoon or a cyclone. They're all the same. They're all scary. And if you are ever affected by one, I pray that you stay safe. It is Friday, July 28th, 2023. That's the date I am recording this LME podcast. And let's see, it's the 209th day of the year. There are 156 days remaining until the end of the year. What's happening today? Well, today is Talk in an Elevator Day. Obviously, you've been on an elevator. Has anyone here not been on an elevator? Now, if you get on an elevator alone, right, do you talk to people? Do you say, hi, how you doing? Most people don't. For some reason, people, when they get on an elevator, they're just really quiet. Nowadays, I guess we're talking on our cell phones and stuff. Or if you're with your friend, you can talk to your friend. But generally, people are quiet in an elevator. Well, not today. Today is Talk in an Elevator Day. It's Milk Chocolate Day. Do you like chocolate? I know my wife likes dark chocolate, and I'm not a fan of dark chocolate. I need the milk chocolate. It has to be sweeter for me. It's National Water Park Day and also National Soccer Day. So if you like soccer, or as many countries in the world say, football, today is your day. In America, the next holiday coming up is Labor Day, but we have to wait 38 days. After that, we have Halloween. Yeah, 95 days. And I really hate this. Daylight saving time ends. In other words, Americans, we change our clocks in 100 days from now. Does your country change their clock twice a year? In the spring, we go forward. In the fall, we come back. It's ridiculous. As promised, this LME podcast, episode 96, is a short one. I hope you don't mind. I just wanted to get the story out because we have a lot of listeners in China. So a special, shout out to those listeners. And I hope that they are doing fine and that this typhoon does not cause great destruction. It's going to cause problems. We know it's going to cause problems. And unfortunately, we can assume that some people may perish, they might die, and that's just a terrible, horrible thing. But I'm thinking of you, and I know many of our listeners are also thinking of you right now. I would love to talk about your country. If you're not Chinese, where are you from? I want to know. Send me an email. It's easy. contact@letsmasterenglish.com and just say, hey, who you are, what your name is, what country you're from. I'd love to say hi, and I want to do that, okay? That is it. Remember, you can get some free lessons. That's going to be changing, everybody. But we do have some free lessons you can get. Send an email. Once again, contact@letsmasterenglish.com. We start fresh on July 1st. No, not July 1st, on August. My God, it's already August. Yes. August 1st is when we start fresh. So, but I want you to get those lessons. Try them for free. We've got lots of great opportunities to join me in live classes, including in China. We have a brand new class opening up. I think the starting date is August 18th. I'm pretty excited about that. And if you want any more information, you can send me an email or simply go to my Weibo page and you can find that stuff out there. Like I said, get those free lessons because they're not going to be free forever. And if you like the Let's Master English podcast, wherever you're listening, please leave a ranking. 5 stars would be great. Leave a comment. It's hard for me to see the comments. Email me your comments. On Spotify, it's easy. So if you listen on Spotify, I would love to see your words there. And share it with a friend. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. And together, let's master English.